So at the time of me recording this, it should be Christmas Day, but it should also be Christmas Day at the time that this video releases. I don't have any custom mysteries or events prepared, but I do have Christmas Miku that I prepared. I have to give so we don't have Adrenaline, that's just going to be another one of the challenges of this run. The other challenge I'll explain in a hot moment, which is not going to be too much, it's not going to look too impactful, but I promise you there are times it's going to matter. So, I think we're going to set up Christmas Kathak. So as we get into Kathak, Curious Birthmark, character exclusive perk cards, random item stats. Hey, look at this reindeer Miku. Yeah, so we have a bag of presents here for Christmas. It doesn't really do anything gameplay-wise, it just sits in your inventory and you can't get rid of it. But hey, if you want extra difficulty, I only have 3 item slots, essentially. So Strength, Second Mystery, Charisma, Dexterity, Knowledge, and maybe a second encounter? And then I have to give Miku Mayhem, but other than that, the perk, obviously, those not familiar, let me explain. So I can give Miku back 3 of her 4 perks. Adrenaline does not exist in any of the perk packs. I don't know why I keep forgetting that, but essentially that's the case, and so I am playing a very scuffed Miku, so it's still gonna look like Merce Miku here, but you know, when we go into things, we can have a reindeer Miku at least. So I've done my best, and I would have liked to do more, but I wasn't satisfied with what I had, so I'm not gonna play it here. Otherwise, yeah, this is what we get. We get at least a custom character. It's gonna look like Nurse Miku still, maybe, kind of, but hey, Nails, Bulletin, Ramen, Recluse, and Arms. And I'm pretty much not really much else to talk about. We're just gonna get in and see. Actually, we're gonna reroll till we get a Forest Mystery. This is not a Forest Phase video, but it is one where I want to, you know, trees, Christmas, and so on. And we can celebrate with Kana at least, because we also have eels. We'll take Botanist last, and away we go. But yeah, otherwise, usually around me, I have, you know, there are Christmas events going on, so this recording is going to be what it is. And I'll stick with it. So here on Mayhem Kathak, and then we have Curious Birthmark, so we could take curses as well. Gameplay-wise, all I need to take care of, if you want any advice for this, it's that, well, on Kathak you need to run away, and on Curious Birthmark you want to get out of battles quickly. So, for me, I usually would prefer to use big, slow, strong weapons, but you can work with anything you want if it works out for you. Now, that being said, this Meat Cleaver is super bad, so we're literally going to wait for the Army Knife, which does 6 damage, which will perfectly fit our requirements for trying to 2-shot, 3-shot enemies, really. Some encounters in battle, if you can reduce the amount of damage or amount of attacks you're taking in a Curious Birthmark run, that's always good. In my opinion, at least. But otherwise, yeah, as we roll on events here and move on, it'll depend on what we get. So let's see what else we can get. Nothing? Okay, cool. And away we go. But yeah, as for Christmas, you know, make Christmas stuff. Funny enough, I think we still sometimes eat turkey, question mark, if we can get it. But otherwise, you know, setting up a tree, putting presents under the tree, and that's kind of more or less of it. I think we're doing something a bit more special for this Christmas, and it is what it is. Do I want to take 3 reason damage here, by the way? And stuff. Otherwise, if you want to hear me talk about certain things, please feel free to let me know. That way, for future videos, I can try to do that. What I mean by that is, if you're curious about certain decisions I'm making, how I've made Miku here, then hey, I'm glad to talk about that, and you can push me in directions to talk about other stuff, as long as just ask me anything, if I can answer your questions, because there are some things about game development that I can't answer because I'm not sure about what I've made yet. But, as we're sitting here, I can tell you about, basically Christmas Miku. It took me about an hour tops to do this, so literally a bright red circle as we take stamina damage here. And then a big coloring of the, you know, a reindeer costume, which is normally, you know, I took a quick look at what reindeer costumes look like, at least in general. One of them is at least, you know, a brown with the white circle in the middle, and then you have a kind of a color here, which I could have colored yellow, but I just wanted to really exaggerate the reds here, which is why I just filled in with red here, and yeah. Of course, you do have to still outline everything in a white pixel background. I think that includes their staircasing, and if you don't know what that means, don't worry. It's, yeah, don't worry about it. Just know that usually your character should have a little white 1 pixel outline. You want to fill them out so that the diagonal, so if you have a black pixel diagonally to that pixel, on the outside should be 1 white pixel as well. That's all I really have to say. Oh, I got a cough! Yeah. And yeah, that's really all that this Miku's made of. Otherwise, it's literally just a short edit of the Nurse Miku character I made, which is not in its own thing. I completely forgot about that as I was making characters earlier in 2024, but I should really consider it. So, as we move on here, what are we doing, Eels? And then Botanist is last. I think we have at least one boss mystery. Let me focus for a moment. I can also drink this bottle of water. Again, the Bag of Presents is just a dead item, gameplay-wise, but it's a fun little thing to carry around with you. Well, lore-wise, we can say, like, Miku's trying to carry things, even though we're in May. Technically June, if you want to click that, but... who would say that you don't... One, that you... Who would know if Christmas is celebrated in Shiokawa? And two, who knows when Eldritch Gods drop snow or winter in the middle of June 1984? And that's all I have to say. Yeah, we can justify ourselves. Otherwise, we can just kind of pretend that this date up here doesn't exist. But I like to think that, you know, old gods can make things happen. Also, nice one roll on dexterity. I appreciate it, game. But I've rolled a few 10s and 11s already, I think, if my eyes caught that. I think we still two-shot this, so yeah. Good for Curious Birthmark, but bad for, you know, just taking damage outright. But I like, between rolling on curses or not, I would rather just eat 2 attacks. Now this encounter, on the other hand, if I could roll 2 coin flips in a row, because then I'd have to gamble on another 50%, sure. Since we're only taking 1 reason damage and there's no special attack coming out, holes would be bad to take here, but instead we get panic, and that well, actually we're still usually just doing prep attack, so I don't need to get rid of that. What I would want is a flashlight, but let's see if this extra space of inventory is going to affect me as much as I think it will, as we take a Spider Bite here, which would absolutely demolish my perception, but if we get or we could take perception here. I would like a Miku perk instead, but 0 statting to perception would be not great either, so we're going to forego 1 level up, because again, we don't have adrenaline. I'd probably take Doomed already. That's probably the most useful perk we have available for level up, but we didn't roll it, and I don't want to spend any more Doom, so... Again, keeping in mind that we do get Mayhem, but I also... Army Knife is a perception weapon, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, it would... You know, any quicker attacks would help out, so that I can do things like this. Coin flip time. I'm trying to think of what else I could talk about for me, but as we get Paranoia here, I would like to get rid of that. But I think we'll just live with it for now. We get roads closed, so that's going to make Botanist a bit more doomsworthy. But in the meanwhile, HP-wise, we're not doing so bad for now. We want to take nails right after this. Did I ever do the police station? I didn't, did I? So hospital. Downtown is not bad either, but we have Botanist later, so I think we still want to do hospital here. We'll snap the old coin now. I think you just have it for the rest of the run if you use it, so there's no reason why I shouldn't use it. But while we're in arms, at least, we can set the police patrols to the downtown area. And away we go. What did we get? Prayer beads. That would be nice to carry, but we shouldn't need it for the moment. Especially since we're just taking things. And we just happen to have art knowledge, so hey. I would like a pack of cigarettes, but we'll see. I could take 2 curses for this. But we'll see. But yeah, otherwise not really anything. I don't go out often, if that's something to say about myself. And so I don't, I celebrate Christmas with anyone who comes around me, and yeah, that's really all I have to say at the moment. The prayer beads would be nice. I'm pretty sure they're reason healing, right? But while we can spare it, we can also just trade stamina. I should really just be trading Doom for Mayhem, and because we have Doom, but So, what do we do here? I think we can 2-shot this. Yeah, we can 2-shot this. Thankfully, because we still have 4 knowledge. If we didn't, I think we do break a threshold in terms of we would have to take 3 turns. But while we're sitting here, so I don't need this flashlight with me. It's not like we can flash it in the boss's face. But we can equip this. No, it's faster spiritual actions. Well, I'm allowed to carry it, so never mind. I don't heal reason. I swear there's one, though. Anywho. So, do we get to 2-shot this? I think I do if I do this. That way we only take 2 stamina damage, and then if I handcuff correctly, we should be perfectly fine. I've got these presents for you, Kabuki. Kabuki killer. Anywho. Roads are still closed, by the way, so we have 2 mysteries left and a whole lot of wishing. As for what's on my Christmas, I mean, there are things that I think 95% of people around the world have something to wish for. Now, how many of those wishes are material things, I don't know. But anatomy class, Do we have Takshi-san? I don't remember. I don't even remember my second encounter, but looting will be nice. That way I can grab a pack of cigarettes before I go into Botanist. So, I guess we're gonna see, aren't we? So, yeah, without further ado, I'm not gonna really try to plan... Oh, nice 12 roll, by the way. Plan to take too much of your time. There are other people to watch on this platform and otherwise, so... And, you know, maybe you have people around you that you care about. But otherwise, I hope this video, you know, gets into the spirit of Christmas to some extent. Do we just take this in the face, by the way? I think we do. 3 reason isn't entirely great, but it's not like I can really brace into anything anyway. Well, actually, that would have saved me 1 point of reason, but as we grab funds here, I can check the vending machine really quickly. Okay, thankfully, they do cost for funds, and we can trade off Doom or Stamina. Probably trade off Doom, all things considered. But as we go into this encounter, you know, it would be nice hitting all of these, but 90%. 3 stamina damage is not so bad, especially since I have 1, a lump of flesh in the storage, and 2, a bottle of water. But we thankfully 2-shot this. So faster spiritual, yeah, we had faster spiritual actions. Actually, we are in ramen, so we do want to switch this. And if I had experience, I would have traded it off. But thankfully, we got 1 funds after that, so we don't have to worry about out of funds. Who wants more presents, by the way? Infected wound, by the way. But oh no! I lost 1 perception. How would I have ever passed that 5+1 roll? And away we go. Now, we could get out of funds. Funny enough, I'd still take that, so we'll leave our funds at 0 for the moment. But instead, we ran to an obsessed man. Can we do these twice? No, I can do this, though. 16 to 60. Go for the 1-shot? Why not? Nope. Why would I ever roll? Was that 36%? No. Yes, 36%, right? 60% of 60%. Anywho, we get 1 funds for out of funds, but I could have gone for the thorough investigation. That would have allowed me to level up sooner, but we shouldn't need it anyway. I was like, what is this bag of presents in my inventory? I've been talking about it the whole time, and I completely forgot it's something that I've done myself. So, for technicality-wise, in terms of the Ito file, you put item, category, and then you just all caps bag of presents. It doesn't really matter if it's not something that the game registers as a valid item. It essentially becomes something like you can hear me clicking on it. It doesn't become something you can click. So, hey, this brick actually could have thrown this brick at someone, but too late. Is there a ghost in the forest? Either way, I'm just gonna head out. We should be pretty okay here. If anything weird happens to us, it would be weird. But as we take away funds, we can trade off, like, reason or something. And I didn't fill this empty bottle, or did I use it? Well, either way, we can level up now, and we'll take Doomed already. So now we're perfect. We should be perfectly fine on stamina. What we're not going to be fine on are, yeah, things like this that happen to my face flashbacks. You know what? Yeah. Or we could just remove the curse in general, but just in case I get something completely terrible, and for the sake of mayhem, like this, yeah, it would be nice to grab some stats here. Nice luck check. I'm pretty sure luck doesn't increase with mayhem, but that's fine. It's just one of many stats that don't affect you as much. Yeah, the hospital event is probably the most forefront example in my mind, but as we roll on luck again, yeah, funds would be nice to avoid out of funds. And thankfully this is not footage where we're taking super damage, because remember, roads are closed here as we roll a 6+1 modifier, but hey, also yeah, the GB sprite is still Nurse Miku, but bear with me. I only had so much time. But yeah, away we go. Bark Woman, do we get to do... I should have smoked the cigarettes now, I don't know why I didn't. We're also in Kathak, so yeah, basically a brick would have helped immensely here. But in other news, we have a bunch of reason. We can deal this, we can do this. I shouldn't have smoked the cigarettes there, that was a mistake. But we can also do this. That way we can 2-shot this for... We can 2-shot this encounter. We take 2, yeah, for 2 all damage, that's what I was supposed to say. Keep in mind, again, we still have a lump of flesh, so our stamina is effectively still okay. And our doom should also be okay, because even if we fail both seconds, unless a bunch of doom procs happen on curses that I don't currently have, then yeah, we should be able to just make it out. Thankfully, this also doesn't proc... I'm pretty sure leading Shiro-san here does not proc the cursed curious birthmark background, so that's nice. But otherwise, yeah, not really much else to do here. We just drink this energy drink. Would have been nice to increase my dexterity. I'm pretty sure we have a dexterity check, but eh. We lost Beth at the very end. Thankfully, it was at the very end and not rather than at the very beginning, so I don't mind. Do you have the 6th floor? We don't. So yeah, we should be able to survive no matter what. If we somehow die, it's because I was mashing through and I didn't heal any stamina, but I should be able to just do even that. Do we even have Toxics on here? Well, either way. I'd just like to wish everyone, well, from America, I wish you a Merry Christmas. Well, hold on, let me just do this. Painting, right? Yeah, because I took the light source second. I was like, oh yeah, a flashlight that I ended up not having with me. But you get the point. Also, keep in mind, Miku Mayhem is pretty cool for getting everything close to 8 if you're worried about the lighthouse, but otherwise you can just build into whatever you want, and then we have 11 strength, and we're pretty cool. So without further ado, I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Look at that Christmas Miku, and I'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Bye!